Good morning. Thanks for joining us for the Kehillat Shari Torah Halacha Review, Laws and Customs of the High Holidays. We're talking about Yom Kippur. Yesterday we were talking about shoes a little bit and standing on a cushion to make one's feet more comfortable. At one point we forgot to include, a person who's sick, says Kitzur Shulchan Aruch, even if their condition is not critical or has an injured foot, or a woman who's recently given birth within the last 30 days is permitted to wear shoes, obviously orthotic shoes, something that a podiatrist prescribes for foot ailments or discomfort would be permitted to a person because they're not worn for comfort per se, they're worn for healing purposes. Okay, so that's a conversation about shoes. One of the inuyim, one of the afflictions, in addition to food, drink, and bathing, is marital relations. So we do abstain from marital relations daytime and nighttime on Yom Kippur, and husbands and wives conduct themselves as they normally do in times when they're not permitted to one another. Pregnant and nursing women should fast the entire day, same as other people. This is different than Tisha B'Av and other fast days in the course of the calendar because it is a Torah-mandated fast. A nursing woman should not fast if her child is critically ill and will not nurse from anyone else but her. If she would fast, her child's life would be threatened, and that, God forbid, we do not want to do. Next point, since we're on the topic of pregnant and nursing women, Kitzur Shulchan Aruch writes, it's an established fact that if you do not give a pregnant woman the food she craves, she and her child will be in danger. Therefore, if she smelled food and it stimulated a craving for it, this is the procedure that should be followed. If she says, I must eat, or whether or not her facial color changed, even if she doesn't say anything, one should first whisper in her ear that today's Yom Kippur. Sometimes that will resolve the problem on its own. If that does not do the trick, one should feed this pregnant woman, just a little taste of the food, a drop, sometimes even that will take care of the craving. And if that doesn't help, one should give her a little less than the halachic quantity of a shi'ur, about an ounce, just about one of our Kiddush shot glasses, if you remember all the way back to them. I have never personally experienced pregnancy myself, so I have not had the cravings that go along with it. Of those who have, I'd be interested to hear what that's like and how this sounds applicable in that situation. If the woman's mind is still not calm, you should give her as much as she needs. In other words, you try to keep away the eating on Yom Kippur, stave it off as far as possible, or a little bit pachos mikashir, it's called, less than a considerable amount of eating, and then if she needs it, she takes it. The same applies to any person who catches a smell of food and their face turns ashen. Such a person is considered critically ill and should be treated as such. As long as their color hasn't changed, we do not give a non-pregnant person, man or woman, food, even if they say, oh, I've got to have some of that delicious, whatever it happens to be you're cooking. Okay, a woman who has given birth within the last 30 days, like we said, or a person who's critically ill, with regard to eating, drinking, and other prohibitions of Yom Kippur, are governed by the same halachas that apply in Hilchos Shabbos. With regard to eating and drinking, even if several doctors say the patient is not required to take food, in other words, doctors say that the person will be fine and that eating and drinking will be harmful to them, if the person says they require food and even says to you that their life is not yet in danger, but if they don't eat, they'll get worse and their life will be threatened, you should give them what they want to eat. There's a verse in Proverbs which says the heart knows its own bitterness. So in this case, we do take the person's opinion even over that of medical advice. If they say that they need to eat, so let them eat. Okay, a couple of more points about this. Maybe we'll deal with that tomorrow, or after Shabbos rather. For now, a little shofar, and then we'll give you the candle lighting times, and we'll get on our way to Shabbat. Tonight, candle lighting, earliest possible time for candle lighting is 6:25 p.m. Mincha Kabbalat Shabbat. We won't have a minyan here in Shul, but if you'd like to daven the same time as the rest of us, 7 p.m. is the time for that. Actual candle lighting time is 7:28 p.m. this evening to inaugurate Shabbat. Tomorrow morning, we will have our minyan here in the main sanctuary for Shacharis. We'll be davening at 10 o'clock. and we will start with Nishmat, which is quite a ways into the davening. So to start off with the brachas and most of Psukei Zimra at home on your own before you come in. Shabbat ends tomorrow night, 8:29 p.m. So everyone is invited to join us for Zoom Havdalah at 8:39, about 10 minutes after Shabbat ends, for some singing and all that. And we will continue to make our way through the month of Elul on our way to Rosh Hashanah. May it be good for us, for the whole community, and for Gans, Klal Yisrael. Shabbat Shalom.